What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. We are excited for the weekend. We hope you guys are excited as well. The feelings are great right now. I feel like I had a great week. To recap it.
Yeah, it was a good week. It was definitely a good week. I'm going to see Coldplay on Saturday, which I'm
jealous.
So excited for. You know, it's funny because I think Coldplay sometimes gets the treatment of like
Nickelback,
like a U2, like their old stuff like is so like everyone loves their old stuff, but like nobody listens to their new albums as much. I would say.
Do they
like
have a new album?
Yeah.
Like this year?
I think so.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's like normally why they go
exactly
back on
what
tour.
You were saying.
Exactly. So it's like everybody, but they play to that. Like they know that they play all the great stuff, and I'm so excited because this is like, so I guess Coldplay, they toured in, I want to say like 2017 or 18. I think 17. And it was one of the first concerts me and Joe had ever gone to together, and it was at MetLife as well. And our expectations were like, oh, we love Coldplay, like this is gonna be great. And we left and we were like, that was one of the best concerts we've ever been. The bracelet, yes. Yeah. Like it was the production, the fireworks, the lights, Chris Martin jumping all around stage, like doing his thing. It was so, like we left, we were like, holy shit, that was amazing.
Well, it reminds me of the Entourage episode where they go to the Coldplay concert.
Yes. Yep.
Can't even think of that.
So I feel like it's a notable concert, the Coldplay concert.
Yes. And of course, like, I mean, they're able to do multiple shows and they do stadiums. It's not like.
What's your favorite Coldplay song?
Yellow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be shit. Why am I spacing on the name of it?
What album?
The
Fix You?
No. It's one of the more upbeat ones from Viva La Vida.
Oh, that's a great album. That's one of my favorite albums ever.
It is a phenomenal album.
Viva La Vida, my dad used to play over and over again. It was like one of the only songs he would play at one point.
Yeah.
That and Take Me to Church.
Yeah.
That album though, like it's a joke that people say
that album
there's no
is
skips, but
so
like
good.
there is
no skips on that album.
Amazing album.
Such a good album.
Also the Jay-Z feature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coldplay's great.
This was yes. So yeah, they have Music of the Spheres is their album that came out in 2021.
Oh, that's one with like
The Higher Power was the single, I believe.
Oh, I was thinking that song where they're like, when we can drink with our friends again. What was that one?
I don't know. The Higher Power. This one was a kind of funky album because like some of the names of the songs were just like symbols. Like one was just like a heart symbol. One was just like an infinity sign symbol.
Oh no, I was thinking of Orphans. That was a good song.
Yeah,
from a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very excited for this.
How much were those tickets? A lot.
They no, because as soon as they announced they were going on tour, I was like, I have to get them. So I did the full Bleep Master setup for them, and
still giving your money to them.
Where are you sitting?
Still frustrating. Like it still was a really fucking annoying process. We're in like the second deck, towards the front of the second deck.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that's a good spot.
And
those
were like,
elevated.
Those were like still like $150 or something.
Yeah.
Like
honestly, I think being elevated at a concert is better than being like
it depends
on the floor.
For stadium shows, I really don't mind because you get to like take in the whole environment.
I've never been to a stadium show.
Unless you're so close at a stadium show, it's really like.
Right.
But like next week or the week after, I'm going to see Paul McCartney at MetLife.
Fuck yeah!
So but that's the first time I've ever been to a stadium for a concert.
First time you've ever really?
I've never seen a concert at a stadium, like a football stadium.
Wow, I'm going to Elton John at MetLife.
What?
July.
Wait, you don't invite me to anything.
This was Joe's mom's birthday present.
You know how much I love Elton John.
I have the tickets. They're for Joe's mom. He's playing. He's playing on Joe's mom's birthday. Like on her actual birthday, exact date. We bought them for her last year.
Fully crying. I don't know why.
How did you not know Elton John was touring? Or
It's his last tour.
I don't know.
This is the farewell tour.
I am very bad at keeping up with concerts.
Yeah.
Clearly, you guys are
Clearly,
going to all
now-
these concerts. And I'm not going to a single concert.
You still have time. Why don't you go?
You do have time. It's not till July 23rd he's playing. Yeah, it's right by your birthday.
July 23rd.
Yeah.
I think I might be going to Vegas that
Oh
weekend.
my God. Well, I wasn't invited to Vegas, so.
I invite you places, you say no. So I didn't throw out the invite. I'll text you about that though. It's not set in stone.
Oh my
Damn,
goodness.
my parents are going to see Elton John at Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, now I know
I
you
kinda-
can't go to Vegas because you're going to
No, I
Elton
got
John.
I'm going to Elton
Do you
John.
think it's really his last tour? Because if it is, I almost feel like I have to go. But I feel like he'll play more.
No, I kind of think it is.
In
I
5
kinda
years
think it
he's
is
alive.
because the last couple
I'm sorry, you
ones
guys need to
he said
excuse me.
that.
I need to look up dates and other places he's playing because
Yeah.
I don't know if I can make that one, but
No, he's doing a lot.
Didn't he just have one at MSG? Like recently?
Yeah, he did. That was also the farewell
Yeah,
tour.
yeah.
Like but I do feel like this is really. He's old.
He's not that old.
He is.
He looks old.
No,
Paul McCartney's
but
older than him, I think.
No, I know, but I'm not even talking age. I'm talking like as a human. You know?
He's 75.
Yeah, that's old. That's fucking old.
It's old,
for to
but
be
like
touring like that.
compared to like Mick
To be
Jagger.
doing stadium. I know, but Mick Jagger is an anomaly. Like
Like
he's
Paul
the-
McCartney's 79.
Mick
He's
Jagger,
about to turn 80.
and they're the exception. Like they are not standard.
Oh wow, Paul McCartney's turning 80 2 days after I see him.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's nuts.
the sudden the sniffling that's going through the
No, I know. I
microphone
can't.
right now
I
is-
literally,
is
like
me
actually
crying.
cannot believe you are. Did you find anything else that are popping up?
Well, he's playing at MetLife, and then all of a sudden, okay, wait a second. Oh my God, he's not in the U.S. for a
He's-
while.
I saw tons of posters.
I'm gonna have to go to
for him
Ireland.
for him in Milan. He's
Oh.
playing in Milan in a couple weeks, or actually, I think literally like this week.
Is he playing like his last show in the UK? Probably would be crazy.
Yeah, so it's actually in 2 days
Wait,
at San Siro in Milan, June 4th.
Oh,
Denmark, England,
England.
bunch of shows in England.
Wait, we're in England. The O2.
Tons. He's at
Wembley.
Liverpool, Bristol, London, Sunderland, Swansea.
I'm
like
gonna have to go to
Cork.
Barcelona.
You could go to what about July 15th
Where?
in Philly?
Who wants to go to Philly?
Oh my God! I'm just saying, you're gonna go to Barcelona
I'd
before
rather go
you
to
I would
Barcelona
rather
than
go to
Philly.
take the
Barcelona.
train to Philly
I'd rather
for
go
July 15th.
I'd rather
rather-
fly 10
I-
hours than
Oh
take the
my
train
God.
to Philly.
I'd rather go to Barcelona. That might be the case. I might have to go.
Chicago,
No, if
Toronto.
anything, I'm going to MetLife or
Syracuse. He's playing the Carrier Dome.
Wow.
September
I saw Billy Joel
10th.
on the Carrier Dome. That's great.
Charleston, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, DC.
Damn, should I go to Syracuse? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I haven't been there since graduation.
You want to go, little
Yeah.
bro?
Yeah.
LA.
Let's get it.
I've never been to Syracuse.
I like that you guys are saying Syracuse. I mean, I think that Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Syracuse. I say Syracuse. I don't know the actual right way.
I don't know.
I think the right way might be Syracuse.
I
but
think
it
it would
sounds
be
so
Syr.
weird.
I have no idea. Well, you're looking at like May 2023.
That's where the Barcelona thing came
Yes.
in. Pretty upsetting. I was not planning on being here that weekend of July 23rd because my birthday is July 26th. And so I was planning on doing something that weekend.
Well, good news is that there are plenty of other shows
there's one
that he
July
is playing
24th.
for the rest of the year / summer / in Europe all next year. as
Something
well.
about Elton
Yeah,
makes me tear up.
it's a great. Very excited for that. Multiple MetLife shows.
Good for you.
Wait,
Yeah.
multiple MetLife shows?
I'm going to Coldplay and then
Oh, I thought you meant he had
Elton John
multiple.
are both
Elton
at
John
MetLife.
had
yeah.
Anyways.
You recovered?
Anyway, are you all right?
I'll be okay. Programming note.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk programming
Okay.
because people
And
are
then I
upset
want
with
to talk
us.
about Top Gun.
Yes. People are upset with us. They're like, oh, you guys don't care, blah, 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 blah. We do very much care.
We care.
We care a lot. We care more than
too
you
much.
think. We care more than you think.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Yep.
Going forward,
Mm-hmm.
to make it clear to everybody, the Monday episodes will be released at noon.
Yes.
They will be released at noon going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday and Friday, as scheduled. Whatever it comes out at midnight, 1 a.m, whatever it is that Noah.
It comes out at midnight.
Yeah. Whenever Noah uploads those.
Yep.
Mondays will be out at noon.
Correct.
So we can truly catch up on everything from the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it is summer.
It's just a lot. It's a 3. I'll be completely honest. When we started to do 3 episodes, we were locked down, and it was a lot easier to schedule the time, and it made sense to do Sunday for Monday because just a little fun, tidbit for maybe some of our newer listeners. Friday energy on a Monday came from the fact that we used to record the Monday show on Friday.
Yes. And because we had our Sirius XM show that we had to do on Fridays. And so we recorded the podcast on Friday and released it on Monday.
We had always done that. And then lockdown, it was like, well, we have to record from home anyway. We might as well do it on Sundays. And just the way everything has worked out with getting back to work and being in the office and tour and travel and all these things, it's a lot for making that schedule work as much as possible. And therefore, we will be doing Monday.
But the vlogs come out
news.
Sunday night. So
Vlogs come out Sunday night.
come out Sunday night. And to be completely honest, the only day we don't record something of some sort is on Saturdays.
Yep.
At this point in time.
Yep.
So going forward, now we will have a break on Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll get back to it on Monday. So Monday episodes will be released at noon.
Yeah.
In the summer, and then in September, we'll
revisit.
Yes, we'll revisit.
We'll revisit. I know we talked about how everyone was hyped on Top Gun Maverick, and I saw it, and it was so fucking good. Maybe one of my favorite movies I've seen in quite some time. Like, walked out of the theater with the biggest smile. And I also got to go with my dad, and like just watching him watch some of the movie was so entertaining. Like, he was cheering, he was like, nothing more than a dad move that in the theater where you can like recline the seats. I would say before like the last 20 minutes when everyone was really on the edge of their seat, I just watched him like hit the button to like make his seat come back up because he was just that like engaged with the movies, like has to be closer to the screen and like was like actively leaning forward. But it was great. The mix of romance, action, like all the plane shit is obviously so cool. The story was great. All the nostalgia factors of the first one was like done so perfectly, I thought. And Miles Teller was amazing. Glenn Powell was amazing. Tom Cruise was amazing.
The video you sent me of your dad was very funny and entertaining
cute.
and really cute. I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy, but I'm a
not
big
either.
Miles Teller and Glenn Powell guy.
I'm certainly not a big in real life Tom Cruise guy, but I do like Tom Cruise's movies.
Yes, he's got some great movies.
Yeah.
Cocktail.
Jerry Maguire.
Mission Impossible movies are great.
We're all just naming Tom Cruise movies.
Tropic Thunder.
Follow up to Miles Teller's wife.
Yeah.
And I's relationship. We posted the picture screenshot of our comments from 2017. And then she commented again and said, Ria's been there since day one with a heart.
Yep.
So all you new Miles Teller fans out there, just know that Miles Teller's wife knows that Big Ria's been there since day one.
And that scene you were referencing that everyone was posting about on TikTok, they're all, all on the beach, and it's a great scene.
Confirmed great scene. I gotta see this film.
Confirmed great scene.
I gotta see this film.
It's it's something else.
I was saying that I wasn't gonna return back to the movies until Elvis came out.
Return back.
Make your big return back to the
red carpet
back to the AMC theater.
Well, after I saw House of Gucci, I was like, that movie was far too long to sit in the movie for. And then I was like, Elvis is gonna be really long, but I think I'm gonna be way more interested.
No,
in that
you gotta
movie.
go to Top Gun. I know.
No, I know. But then I saw this hype about Top Gun, which I never thought would be a movie I would go in the theater
Yes.
to see.
Yes.
I will be going to see Top Gun maybe this Saturday night.
I've heard that.
It's also a perfect length. Like it's a good like 2 hours 10-ish, maybe a little less than that.
2 hours 10 is
Yeah.
not a good length.
No, it's a walk in the park compared to these movies
some
that we're
movies fly
seeing
by.
sometimes.
A perfect
No pun
movie.
intended.
It flies by.
No pun intended.
Yes, good one.
A perfect movie is like an hour 45 to 51.
That doesn't
That's like a
exist for
rom-com.
it doesn't exist for action movies anymore. It really doesn't.
It's
But
just.
have you heard that Top Gun's playing in like 4D or something? Like they have 4D theaters where like
they?
your seats moving and like I think you might feel like stuff.
That Rhea loves that. That's like she's at Universal.
I have to go to that.
yeah,
That's
I've heard about that.
when I was a kid. I had seen Shrek already, but then when you go to Universal, you could watch Shrek in like a 4D type of way. Like I don't know. I don't remember if it was the full film or a ride.
Stuck in my
But I think it was the full film where we felt like spiders crawling on our feet. and-
I don't like that.
No. It was cool though. They're not real spiders.
So
No, don't worry. They're not real.
4DX, is that what it is?
4DX, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one in Times Square
Oh,
and Union Square, I guess. 4DX.
that would be cool.
But like what is 4DX?
I think it's like you
Motion,
feel.
seat, and signature effects. Okay.
But
yeah.
I've been to theaters where
You could do that.
they have side screens, so like it kind of
Yeah.
makes you feel.
I went to the Dolby Theater, and it was lovely. Good experience. You know, planes, they're loud, so it's like the sound and the sound moves, and that's very cool. Screen was nice. I suggest going to IMAX if you can. Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful summer day.
What?
You go to the beach. It's hot. It's
Yeah.
warm. Sun's out. You go to the beach. You go to the pool. You take a nap. You take a shower. You eat dinner. You get some ice cream. And then at night, you go to the movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
put on your sweats.
yeah, someone would say, you know, maybe you don't want to go to the movies when it's sunny out.
Yeah.
But you can't always go to the movies when it's raining.
Yep.
You know, what if you want to see a movie and it's not raining? That's why you get the full day outside, so that you're okay with being in a dark
And then the
enclosed
AC feels
space
good.
at night. Yeah, and you got a little sunburn on your cheeks, and you're like, "This is what summer
Yeah.
is about." I'm gonna do that on Saturday.
You
I want
you're
that
gonna
to
love
be
it.
clear.
And Noah's never seen Top Gun, so we're gonna have to. You gotta go.
That
Yeah.
surprises
You have
me.
to see
You
Top
movie
Gun.
buff.
I know.
I know. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
It's a great movie, and I would argue the second one's better.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that.
Yep.
What do you think Rotten Tomatoes says about that? Like,
The second one is a
First compared-
96%. So I don't. And
what is
the
the first
first one definitely does not have a 96%. I don't know
Let's see.
what exactly it is, but
first one,
I would guess like a 70, maybe even lower.
80. No, what? 57.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah.
Okay, I saw this on John Mayer's Instagram story.
Oh, that was funny. I voted.
How do you say the name of the?
He
the
said,
film?
"Is it?"
Don't say it. How do you say the name of the film?
This film,
This film we're talking about.
Top Gun Maverick.
She agrees with me. So he basically wrote like, "Is it Top Gun, top all capitalized, or Top Gun, gun all capitalized?
Like
Is the emphasis
Top
on
Gun?
top or gun?
Or Top Gun.
Top Gun or
Top Gun Maverick or Top Gun Maverick?
Top. It's top.
Top Gun.
I don't really
Top
know how I'm
Gun.
saying it. All I'm saying is when I said, hey, last night I went to go see Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, she's putting all the emphasis on top.
You also keep saying Maverick at the end. Haven't seen anybody else do that.
Well, the movie's called Top Gun.
I know,
Maverick.
I know,
thought it was
but
just Top Gun 2.
but
No.
people just say like Top Gun.
I know, but this is Top Gun is the first one.
She's really.
I know, but I
feel it
know.
now. Top Gun.
No, but that's the name
No,
of the
I
first
know,
one.
I know, but every,
We're talking about both movies right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
so I'm
It's
just
it's just funny.
to distinguish between the 2
Mhm. Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
That would be weird. Top. Have you seen Top Gun?
Yeah.
I think John Mayer says it Top Gun.
I feel like John Mayer speaks like that though, so that like makes sense with the way he
Because he played the
speaks.
commercial.
Top Gun
And he said that it was
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. We gotta stop saying it because
Top.
now it's
It's gonna be
just
stuck in everyone's
morphing
heads.
into a weird word.
All right, let's get
Morphing
into
something else.
the topics for today.
Oh, wait one moment. want to give a big congratulations to the Queen, 70 years, Platinum Jubilee. Where I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask to make it a topic.
What would you talk about?
There's a ton. Where Harry and Meghan are there. What's the dynamic? Who's up on the balcony and who's not? The kids, how they're dressed, everybody's outfits, what they're wearing, significance. 70 years.
Didn't people
she's
think
been
she
the
was
queen
dead for a while?
Yes,
It was a rumor.
And now
yes,
she's just
the
back.
fucking guy from Kanye West, his guy, Hollywood Unlocked, reported that she was dead.
Maybe she is.
No, she's certainly not, because she is present.
How old is she?
Outside at the balcony. She is 96.
97.
I know. But she has been the queen for 70 years, which is pretty wild. Yeah, she's 96.
That's crazy. She's been the queen longer than a lot of people live.
That's correct. Yeah, that is correct. So just want to give a little shout out to
give someone else a chance.
Give a little shout out to Queenie. It's a big weekend.
Make some room.
Like, would she ever just step down? Like,
that's why the theory that she just is holding on to being the queen for as long as possible because they all hate Charles is funny.
But could she? Does it have to be him, or could she be like,
no, it has
I
to
want.
No,
I
it
don't want
has
to be
to
queen
be him.
anymore, but I want this guy to be
No,
king.
it has to be him.
That's so dumb.
Line of succession.
Monarchy is so dumb. It's gonna be over when she dies. I'm calling it. I'm calling
Queen, 70 years.
All right,
Now we can get into the topics.
Let's get into the topics. The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial has come to an end. The verdict is in. Johnny Depp has won. Kim Kardashian talked about how her and Pete Davidson got together and their relationship on the latest Kardashians. Jada Pinkett Smith talked about the slap heard around the world on Red Table Talk between Chris Rock and Will Smith. Liam Payne went on Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive, and everybody is upset about it. And we are doing another Q&A, which is an AMA. We had people comment on the Instagram, where we're going to be taking questions from there just about anything about our lives, life in general, whatever it is. And we also have a great, very funny interview with Caroline Stanbury from Real Housewives of Dubai. So let's get into it, starting off with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. The first vlog out of our West Coast tour has been released on YouTube. The second one comes out this Sunday. And a big highlight of our West Coast tour was obviously Pink Whitney. The Pink Whitney shots to start off the show got everyone going, including us, including the crowd. It was the best drink to keep us going and getting that Friday energy on stage and for everyone during the show. So make sure you are checking out Pink Whitney. You could pregame with Pink Whitney, you get a bottle, or you can go to the bar and order Pink Whitney at your local bar.
I feel like every place has Pink Whitney.
They do. I was at a bar.
It's awesome.
And not this. Yeah, this past weekend I was at a bar, and their signature martini was made with Pink Whitney.
Would you look at that?
And so obviously I had to try it, and it was delicious. So make sure when you go to your local bar today or wherever you're going, ask for Pink Whitney. You will not regret it. The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial has concluded. The verdict is in. Johnny Depp has won overall. It is said that Amber Heard owes Johnny Depp $15 million in damages, and Amber Heard owes Johnny Depp $2 million in damages. When it comes down to it, those aren't the real numbers according to certain state laws, not actually the breakdown and how much they actually owe.
Right. So the jury themselves, it was interesting because like the jury also came out and then they like didn't properly fill out all the paperwork. So then they had to go back in and finish it when everyone was watching the reading. So the jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. And that $5 million is actually reduced to $350,000 because Virginia's law just has a cap for punitive damages, and that's at $350,000. So so it's a little over $10 million for Johnny Depp, and then Heard $2 million in compensatory damages for the counterclaim. And so they read the verdict out loud. It was like the three statements. The jury had found that Heard had defamed Depp with each of the three statements that were in the op-ed. And then the jury found that Heard had acted with, quote, actual malice, meaning that they were convinced she had made the statements knowing they were false. And then the jury ruled in favor of Heard on one of the three statements that she had countersued on, one being a statement that was made by Depp's lawyer, Adam Waldman, in the Daily Mail when he had said that Heard and her friends had set up an ambush, a hoax, like basically saying that the abuse claims were like a hoax, when police were called to the couple's apartment in May 2016. So the jury ruled that that was defamatory, so she gets the $2 million there, but everything that she had written in the op-ed in the original case of Depp suing her for defamation from the op-ed, the jury ruled on all three statements that yes, they were defamatory.
So obviously Amber Heard lied a lot throughout this trial. I think that is quite obvious. Here's my whole take on this situation.
Yeah.
Amber Heard and Johnny Depp both released their own statements. Johnny Depp said, after 6 years, he is finally free and people know the truth.
Giving his life back.
And Amber Heard released a statement that this whole thing set back women.
Yeah.
And that
she is going to appeal.
And she's going to appeal. And, God, it's so tiring.
Yeah.
And she also said that she, believes in freedom of speech and that she didn't know that her right was taken away of freedom of speech. Defaming someone is not really freedom of speech. You can't. That's why people get sued over those things, because you can't do that, which is clear because she now owes Johnny Depp $15 million for doing so. In the court of law, clearly you can't. It doesn't fall under freedom of speech. So obviously, I think she lied a lot. The issue with what I have though is that people are propping up Johnny Depp as some sort of hero here. Like they're like, Johnny Depp can do no wrong. He's a hero. Go Johnny. And it's like, Johnny Depp also said some really fucked up things about murdering Amber Heard and fucking her corpse and throwing her dead body in the back of a trunk.
Freedom of speech.
It's just, I'm just like, I just think, am I really gonna be like all for somebody who yes, Amber Heard lied and she definitely shouldn't get away with that, and it's very clear that she's not getting away with that because Johnny Depp won the case. Yeah, totally fair. But I just don't think, like, the way that people are like propping Johnny Depp up as some sort of hero, I'm like, I think that it was a very toxic relationship and there was some mutual craziness. Maybe Amber Heard a little bit more crazy and lied a lot, but Johnny Depp still, said and did some messed up things. Maybe not exactly what Amber Heard said he did,
right?
But he's no hero.
When you look at the bigger picture of their relationship, yes, it is very clear that it was mutually very toxic. When it comes down to the fundamental reason for this lawsuit, you can understand how they got to this point.
Absolutely.
And this is what's crazy to me too, is that, and this is what Amber's lawyer is very much arguing, which I can totally understand, is just the insane fascination from the media and public over this case and how it was basically turned into entertainment and how it went on for so long that the jury was able to go home on, after work and and see what people are saying and see what's going on. And basically Amber's lawyer is saying, like, there's no way that outside opinion didn't influence this in some way from the discussions that were coming from this case. They had kept referencing back to the Sun and when Johnny Depp sued the Sun for calling him a wife beater and he lost that case. And like how these are different, and it's very hard to sue a newspaper, like media company, like for those things as well. And this is, suing a person. So as much as people thought that this was going to happen, it did feel very shocking that it was unanimous across the board, that the entire jury felt this way and everyone agreed on how this went down. And on top of that, I do think, like, Johnny Depp's lawyers were incredible. They knew exactly what they were doing. They had a great plan when it felt like Amber's lawyers weren't quite as prepared. And that plays a major part. That, like, you can really sway a jury depending on how you make your case and how your lawyers present your case. And it just is crazy, like you said, that it does feel like such a massive victory for Johnny. But there's just the case as a whole, like just as a case study, is going to be looked at for a very long time by how much this blew up on the outside.
Yeah, and I think that, like you said, when it comes down to just the case, when you're like, the fundamentals of the case are Amber Heard defamed Johnny Depp, and that's what he was suing for. It's like, okay, yes, she did.
Yeah.
Done. He wins that, right? It's more about the bigger picture of people just like propping Johnny Depp on a pedestal.
Right.
When it's like, you don't have to do that in order to say that Amber Heard was wrong.
Right.
And I think that people, especially now, have a really hard time thinking for themselves. And they also think that everything has to be one side or the other, and that you can't really be in between on certain,
or that your opinion can't change.
Yeah, or that your opinion, or like certain situations you can't see both sides of, like when you very much can. I think it's like a hive mind mentality where, you know, this extreme love and support for Johnny Depp came out and everyone's shitting on Amber Heard, so then it piles on more people and more people and more people, and they like want to be a part of something, so they're like, let's all just like shit on Amber Heard, and we're all against Amber Heard and we're all for Johnny Depp. And it's like, you could be against Amber Heard and what she did and how she lied, while also not being like, oh my God, Johnny Depp is the best person ever.
Yeah.
Like, you could see both sides a little bit. And I'm not saying there is really that much of a side. Clearly now on it, it's very clear that Amber Heard lied, and you know, it was unanimous and all of that. Like, the facts were there, and Johnny Depp's lawyers brought up all the facts. But it's just crazy to me to see people like really...
Yeah, just because they were able to prove that doesn't mean there wasn't emotional stress and strains that they both put on each other in that relationship with the words they used against each other. We know that that was bad, and I'm sure they got into, you know, crazy fights and the effects that had and what led Amber to get to this point. But yeah, it's nuts. And you see the conversation of like how this, because it's such a public thing, how does this affect people going forward and women speaking up in the future? And is this something that would make women say, well, why would I ever try and do something when look at what happened to Johnny Depp, you know? So it's crazy, but it's also hard. You have to like separate all the situations where you hope that women still feel like they can stand up and voice these things, but also like not compare everything back to other cases. Like everybody's story is different. And
not
Amber
everyone,
Heard,
not everyone is a liar like Amber Heard.
It's just like she got caught in a lot of lies during this entire thing, so it's pretty nuts.
I just saw a meme someone sent. It's funny. It's like, it's the net worth, Amber Heard's net worth, and it says minus 10 million right now.
Yeah, that's also another very interesting thing of how because of how the case became such entertainment that like it's just been turned into memes and TikToks and everything, which like doesn't normally happen with cases discussing domestic abuse.
I was thinking about it though. She never donated that $7 million she got from the divorce, so she still has that.
Yeah.
Plus the $2 million that Johnny owes her. She might only owe like $2 million.
It's crazy.
Or she might not have the money. Like it's.
Well, she certainly racked up the lawyer bill, the bills for that shit. So all of this, but it's crazy, you know. And you would like we would want to say that this is the end, but I don't think it is, because I think she is going to appeal this now.
I also don't want people coming for me and being like, you are on Amber Heard's side, you're crazy.
No.
That is not, I want that clear. That's not what I said at all.
No.
Because people will switch that. I made it very clear. I think Amber Heard lied a lot. But I don't think Johnny Depp should be held up on a pedestal. She also just comes
across so hateable. Like, yeah, Depp did a lot of bad things, but just in the courtroom. Because it was so televised.
Yeah.
her
No, that's just,
facial,
it's kind of sad. Like, that's just how you can be perceived, you know? Like, just from people watching you to be like, oh, I don't know. Like, we don't really know her. But from watching all this, it's like, ugh. Like, people make these comments.
Right.
It's like, she just seems so terrible. It's like.
I also think something telling is like none of her co-stars or exes or anything wanting anything to do with her is probably a really bad sign. Now, is it because the media is painting her to be a monster, so they don't want to be in anything to do with her to hurt their career? Also possible. You never know.
Yeah. So I think this is how it ends for now. Amber Heard's lawyer was on, I think she was like on the Today Show this morning. I saw that she was talking about how they were going to be appealing.
Just give it a rest.
She wants her 15 seconds of fame.
Just give it a rest at this point, though. Like, aren't you guys tired of talking about it? Like, you're going to appeal now and do the whole thing? It was a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Like, if you appeal it, what do you get from that?
That makes me want to, The Staircase. I want to watch the new episode, but it's very...
I think it's tiring. It must be tiring for them, and I think that it's really, overplayed in the media by now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think everyone has been wondering how the Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian relationship really started. Kim Kardashian went on Saturday Night Live. They kissed on Saturday Night Live, but Pete did not go to her after party, and she said everyone was there, but Pete did not give her the time of day. Pete is too cool for that, and so she reached out to an SNL producer to get Pete's number because, quote unquote, she said she heard about the BD, and to put it lightly, she was DTF. She wanted,
that's a direct quote.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Like, this is Kim Kardashian's words, not Ria's.
I know. I feel like
I hope everyone knows I wouldn't use the word DTF.
I think
Kim
it's
Kardashian did.
Very important clarification that you are not saying she was DTF. She said herself, I was basically DTF. Was the direct quote.
If I was sitting here being like, Kim Kardashian was so DTF, I'd want you guys to kick me off the podcast. I really would.
Yeah,
but no, Kim Kardashian said that herself, and she just wanted to see what it was all about. She didn't know it was going to turn into a relationship, but obviously it did. She also said that when they started being seen in public together, Megan Fox reached out to Kim and said, is this shit for real? Like, is this really going on? And then told Kim that Pete had asked for Kim's number prior, maybe weeks, months before. Yeah. And Megan Fox said, no way. There's a higher chance of me and MGK getting eaten by alligators or crocodiles, and to never ask again, that it's never going to happen. And Kim went out of her way to get Pete's number. Imagine Pete receiving the text from Kim Kardashian. How do you even double check that? Who do you ask? Is this Kim Kardashian's number? Because you don't want to accidentally give out Kim Kardashian's number. How do you confirm that sort of thing? Just really cute, in my opinion, from Kim. Also, the way
imagine
that
he threw sends a text to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, or
hey Dave, can you confirm that this is actually Kim's phone number?
Send a picture proving it's you. Hold up a sign that says it's me with the date.
Hold a newspaper up.
Yeah. I think that the way that Kim was talking about it was so cute.
Cute.
And you could tell that she was just like, I'm single. Like, I want to get back on it.
So cute as the phrase to describe the two of them. But that scene in the kitchen of her talking with her sisters and she's just so happy.
She's so happy and giggly. And she was talking about how her and Pete both have a passion for skin and dermatologists and whatever, just keeping their skin clean.
Yep.
And she said she had a pimple on her nose and she wanted to put pimple medicine on, and she fell asleep because she was so tired, and she woke up with the pimple medicine dried on her nose that Pete put on her while she was sleeping.
True love.
So cute.
True love. And it's crazy because it's in what world did we think we'd be actually using the phrase seems like Pete Davidson may have been playing a little hard to get, playing the long game. Because this is what it said. She had said, they kissed during the Aladdin skit, which we all saw, and she kind of felt oh, maybe there was something. And she heard about the BD, and he wasn't at the after, but she was and the way she was everybody was at the after party.
Was everybody went.
Everyone went, and he didn't go. So
that's
cool. I would love to know.
I feel like that's so not him to go to a party though. A Kim Kardashian's throwing her after party, I feel like Pete would be like, nah, I'd rather just go home and smoke.
Yeah. Like she was like, everyone was at my after party. He does not give me the time of day. So I'm also like, imagine being this SNL producer where you get this text from Kim and you're just like, oh my God. Like you're forwarding Pete Davidson's contact.
And you're basically like, again.
You're like, oh my God.
Like this
like,
is
what
like
is
holy
it?
shit.
The
This guy
500
again.
girl
It's
to
that-
ask
it's
for
that,
Pete Davidson's number.
Scene at the end of The Other Guys where it's like, what is it with you and hot ladies?
Yeah, like I could just imagine people being like, this fucking guy Pete. Like that's why they've held on to him on SNL for so long, because he has this major appeal to women, clearly. And also, I think it's just funny that like to think that Kim was at her after party, like looking around the room for Pete.
Yeah.
Like she's like, you know, probably like, oh my God, is Pete
Yeah.
here? And like Pete just doesn't show up. And then a few days, she's thinking about it so much that a few days later she has to reach out.
Yeah. And for Meg, like, it's just very funny for Megan Fox to be like, I told him to fucking kick rocks. Like,
Yeah.
basically, like, she had said months before he had reached out. She said, dude, you have a better shot of me and MGK getting eaten by crocodiles than you ever have getting her number. Never gonna happen. Do not ask us. Like,
I could see them. I could also see Pete asking them as like a joke.
yes.
And then being like, I'm kidding.
Not kidding. So did you also, this goes with your House of Gucci viewing. Like, remember when they went to that movie? And I think they went to go see House of Gucci and they rented out the theater. Howard Stern had interviewed Machine Gun Kelly. I guess this was in March. And how they had gone on a double date. He said, we rented out a theater and I was vouching for this movie so hard. I was like, it's going to be the best movie you've ever seen. And then he realized he was sorely mistaken. Do you ever just have that moment where you're like, we shouldn't be here?
Is he talking about House of Gucci?
I think so. I think that's the movie they went to see.
I'm so with MGK on that.
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes within the film, I'm like, why are we here?
Yeah. So, I mean, I just like cannot believe this. So, yeah, and she just, it's just crazy hearing her talk about Pete as just like my boyfriend Pete.
Did you also think how she was like, I wanted to try something new?
Yeah.
And Chloe was
It
like,
certainly seems like th're having a good time.
And
Like she's alluded to some
yeah.
good sex, I would say.
Chloe was like, stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
like she was like kind of making fun of her, but also not.
Chloe was just on Not Skinny But Not Fat's podcast too, and she said she had asked Chloe about like maybe if she would go down that path of like, you know, Travis Barker, Pete Davidson, like if that was, and Chloe was just like, no. Like, she was
Immediately
like,
no.
She basically was like, good for them and everything, like that's nice, but like not for me.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, just like not gonna happen.
I could see her being like really happy for you, Kim, but
Yeah, exactly. Like even just be like, clearly it's working for your sisters. Like you would think you would give that style a try. She's like, no, nope, I don't. So,
That's
but
funny.
they clearly seem very happy for her. And like they were both saying that Kim, they both were like, you know, Kim seems so much happier and just like in life and just talking and hanging out with everyone and like being together with him. So yeah, there we go.
Father's Day is coming up, and as you guys recall from last year,
Oh boy.
you know,
Oh boy, we're doing this.
We are doing this.
We're going with this angle
we
again.
are going with this angle.
Okay.
You
All
know
right.
what my mom treated my dad
Okay.
to?
Yep.
Some Manscaped.
Yeah.
You know, Big Mike likes to use some Manscaped.
Yep.
Obviously, you don't want to think about that, but whatever. My mom got him the Performance Package 4.0, and it is the perfect bundle for the men in your life. Yes,
Yeah.
Joe loves it as well.
He does. And he also, if you are like, you know, Father's Day is coming up and it's a good gift for your husband if you have children.
Yeah. That is great. The Performance Package 4.0 includes the lawnmower, the weed whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, the crop preserver, and ear and nose trimmer is very important, guys. Don't
Extremely.
forget about your nose
Don't
hairs.
let your nose hair stick out.
No, don't. Nobody
no.
wants to see
That's
that.
one of my, and I don't really like to go too close to the ear, you know, like just, it's normally you hope that that's taken
don't
care
like
of,
ears.
but the nose
Yeah,
is-
nose has to be taken
ugh,
care
yeah.
of. Can't be having hairs coming out of there.
No.
They got the crop preserver, the crop reviver, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold it all. We all know that men love their comfort, and the Boxers 2.0 are here to save everybody from the uncomfortable heat. So you can get 20% off plus free shipping with code CHICKS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code CHICKS.
Not too much to get into here, but we just have to acknowledge that Jada Pinkett Smith has addressed the Oscars slap for the first time. I also really do just enjoy that it's just known as the Oscars slap. Like, that's just what we call it. Like,
Even
in
if you
all
just
the
said
headlines.
The slap.
The
people would
slap,
know.
slap.
like, it's just,
Isn't that
it was a show.
but it was also victorious?
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
The slap?
Like
And now I've got to look it up.
a place in the show.
Like a show within the show?
No, it was like the website name.
Oh.
Yeah, the slap was the Victorious social networking website.
Oh, that would be a good trivia question.
It was a trivia question.
Oh, I was going to say that was
Yep.
the trivia question
Yeah.
recently, right?
It was.
Yeah, okay. So she just put out a...
Recently, meaning months ago.
Yes, recently.
By the way, trivia's back on Monday.
Yes, good point. We should have put that in the programming
Yes,
note.
We should have.
Wednesday, she puts out a new Red Table Talk episode. She's talking about alopecia and opening up about that, and that was really like the main discussion. And she wanted to use the moment to shed light on alopecia and what that really means. And then, of course, she had said now about Oscar night. My deepest hope is that these two intelligent, capable men have an opportunity to heal, talk this out, and reconcile the state of the world today. We need them both, and we all actually need one another more than ever. Until then, Will and I are continuing to do what we have done for the last 28 years, and that's keep figuring out this thing called life together.
I don't really care if they reconcile, and I don't really think they need to.
It's like a non-statement statement, in my opinion, you know? Like, this is just very like, oh, I just, hope everyone works it out.
I think people need to normalize like not having to forgive and reconcile with everybody who hurts them or you know what I mean?
Right.
Like if somebody does something wrong to you and maybe it's not the worst thing in the world and you can come back around on it and you guys forgive each other and it's whatever.
Yeah.
But if somebody slaps you in the face, I don't think you have to forgive them. Like
Right.
maybe you could forgive them but never speak to them again.
Right.
Like, I don't think you need to reconcile and be friendly with them. Like,
Yeah.
I think you could be like, fuck you, fuck this person. I'm done with them. I don't want to be associated with them. They slapped me in the face on stage in front of the entire world.
Right. It's like
you don't have to reconcile with everybody who does something wrong to you.
I acknowledge your apology. Thanks. But it's not going to change how I feel.
Yeah, but no thanks. Like, thanks,
Yeah.
but no thanks, really. Like,
Yeah.
Also, what she said though, it's like she's not really putting any blame on Will or her. Like
No, that's why I said it was a non-statement statement.
that's what I'm saying. Like
She didn't
the
say anything.
worst.
It was
Can
just
we
like,
just say
why don't they just talk it out? Like, it's like, oh, I hope that they figure it out.
She's evil.
She would like
Jada Pinkett
she would
Smith-
like to remove herself from the slap narrative.
well, you
Jada
can't-
Pinkett Smith is the type of person who thinks they're never wrong.
Yeah.
Ever.
She's the worst.
Like I think she truly doesn't think, even when she had her quote unquote entanglement,
Yeah.
it was like, that was
The
fine.
way that she brought Will onto her show
And
then
made-
embarrassed him on the show.
and made it seem like it was Will's fault.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just don't think, I think that everyone's like, oh my God, everyone has to get along all the time. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't have to reconcile with somebody who did something wrong to you.
Yeah, and like she said, she's like, I hope. I also think it's a crazy thing to say, like, we need them both. Like, yeah, well, you can need Will Smith and need Chris Rock individually, but if they aren't gonna get along because Chris was slapped, I think
But also,
That's fair.
who
Which one
needs them?
which one would you give back?
What?
Like if you could get
we
rid of,
really could only keep one.
if you could only keep one, I'm keeping Chris Rock
course.
for entertainment factor. He's funny, very funny, one of the funniest
I
people
mean,
alive.
yeah, Will has like some great movies,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Fresh Prince was great, but
yeah,
would I rather laugh?
Hitch is one of my favorite movies.
oh, great
Oh
movie.
God, what are you gonna see? That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Grown Ups is good though.
I want to see the whole Smith family.
Grown Ups has Kevin James in it.
It does, but Hitch is a much better movie than Grown Ups. And
yes,
You ever see?
but Grown Ups could become your favorite movie.
I think I love my wife.
no, it's yeah. I mean,
Top 5.
Give one back. You got to give one back.
How about we just take Jada out?
I'm not keeping Chris.
Keep both of them and get rid of Jada.
You're keeping Chris, getting rid of Will.
Probably, yeah. But it's like
It's hypothetical.
Will comes with Jada. These two, though, I will give them the credit of being in the spotlight and going through all this shit in their relationship publicly. No, but I'm serious. Like, actually, though, like, I know it sounds so stupid, and they always put out these statements, and like, we obviously at one point were reading way too much about their relationship. We were like, hey,
Yeah.
we'd like,
You don't got to tell us everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't need to really know every detail. But boy, have they had some ups and downs, and they've stuck it out.
All stemming from Jada, though, I would say.
Well,
Every problem.
That we know of.
we know of.
You don't know everything.
We don't know everything.
Even the Tupac thing, it's like, come on, Jada.
We don't know everything.
We don't.
We don't know what Will Smith is like behind closed doors.
I think we got a little glimpse of the
exactly.
little slap on stage.
And that's how he reacts to things.
Yeah, we've never seen that side of Will Smith before.
Exactly. So
maybe
who knows what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, who knows how he handles conflict?
Yeah, maybe he's got an anger problem.
yeah.
We wouldn't know.
Yep. So that's the statement. I don't know if it's going to be discussed about anymore, or if they're going to bring it up at all anymore. But that was it. The big red table talk moment was that. Would I be surprised if she tried to have them both on her show? No.
There's zero chance in the world Chris Rock would ever do that.
No, she shouldn't. He absolutely shouldn't.
That would be offensive.
Yeah, it would. Liam Payne had appeared on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, and he really just let it all out there, I will say. Talking about One Direction, the band, Zayn, his solo career, some kind of crazy moments, I would say. And of course, the One Direction fans totally dragged him for saying a lot of things of what he said. He did not really hold back when he talked about it. You know, Zayn was the first one to lead the band, so I think there was definitely some hard feelings. And then, of course, we know that there is a history with Zayn and the Paul brothers, Jake Paul. Gigi had tweeted, about Zayn being respective king, and then they brought that up, and Liam was like, yeah, that didn't age well. So
I don't know why people. Let me rephrase that. People are really mad at Liam Payne right now.
Yeah.
They're really mad. One Direction fans have held up the band to these really high standards of like thinking that they're all perfect.
Well, but
everybody knew that they had problems.
Yeah. It feels like they had an unspoken rule within the band members to not
talk about what happened with
tarnish
the
the sanctity of the band.
And I guess if I was a huge One Direction fan, then I would be like, Mom, my ears, I can't hear this. But as somebody who wasn't a diehard One Direction fan, I'm like, I'm interested. Like, what else do you have to say about the band? I think people are interested to know why the band broke up and the problems they had, because there clearly were issues. Mm-hmm. Zayn seeming to be a main problem in the group.
Well, maybe Liam was.
Or maybe Liam was a problem. Doesn't seem like Harry or Niall were problems. It seems
Harry
like
and Niall are unproblematic kings.
It seems like those
Louis
two can.
Louis had some issues.
Had some issues. Yeah. It seems like Niall and Harry could do like a tour together, and they'd be all right.
Although I do think there were some rumors about Niall potentially cheating on Haley Steinfeld.
But that has nothing to do with One Direction.
No. But I'm just saying, like, if we're talking like.
Right. I'm talking about One Direction.
Yeah.
One Direction based fights
Yes.
and rumors. Who was it in the band that people thought Harry Styles was dating?
In the band?
Louis.
Yeah, there was rumors. People wanted to like say that Harry.
Larry was there.
That was their ship name.
Yep.
People thought that
It's crazy
they
how
had something.
history repeats itself because people thought like Paul McCartney and John Lennon were like.
No, it happens in every boy
Yeah.
band. It happens in every boy band for sure. They
Like-
have like these hopes and dreams that there's like a
romance.
Of
going on.
romance,
Like, can't
yeah.
they just be like best buds?
yeah.
Anyways, it's. I guess I could see why people are upset, but I also can't because I'm like, well, if these are things that happen and he's talking about it, like he'll take the blame. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
let him take the downfall of him talking about these things. He should have seen it coming that talking about the band and them getting mad at him was going to happen.
Yeah.
But if he wants to do that and give us the information, the band already broke up. Like,
He
they're
has-
But it's
not.
like, do you trust what he's saying?
And you also have to know that like he, there's a difference where everyone is at in their lives right now. Like Liam's going on Logan Paul's podcast and Harry's selling out multiple 15 plus shows in some of the biggest cities in the world.
True.
So
Not to discredit Logan Paul's podcast, though, because Logan Paul has
Not at all.
There
but
was a clip that was going viral where they
it's
were like,
just
"What are
the
you doing at like a tech conference here?"
it's just like the act of even like doing a podcast, I guess I would even say.
Right.
it's no Zane Lowe interview.
Right. Like it's like I don't know. So Liam said
Major stars do podcasts.
they do, but some just don't.
Yeah, I guess
Harry
so.
wouldn't go on and.
Has Harry Styles ever like done a podcast?
No.
I mean, what do you
I don't
count?
think.
Like
He's on
gone
radio
like,
shows.
Radio shows.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
Well, he's coming on Chicks in the Game.
Yeah.
Well, it's a surprise,
Uh-huh.
everybody. Hey, maybe we can get Liam on this podcast. If you went on Logan Paul's,
Yeah.
it is possible
That
you would come on
way
ours.
more attainable.
I'm
That could be possible.
putting out an open invite to Liam Payne coming
Yeah.
on this podcast. I don't care how much people hate him and are mad at him right
Yeah.
now. Come on and talk about the band.
We'll let it all out.
Let it. You need someone to talk to and get those feelings
Let
out,
it all
Liam. You
out.
come here and you sit and talk about it.
Liam,
Was Liam the one that was engaged to Maya Henry?
yes,
And
and we're just
we were
talking
just
about
talking
him.
about him?
Correct, yes.
Why is he going on podcasts right now when
I
all
don't
this
know.
is happening?
I don't know.
That's just a bad PR
I was
move,
reading
I
some of the
think.
comments, and the One Direction fans are like, "I'm really worried. Like he's being very self-destructive right now. Like people are like worried about him."
Yeah.
Wait a second. Is that why Maya Henry posted that TikTok that said, "We're all Team Bryce out here"? Because Logan Paul and Bryce Hall have like a little bit of beef, and
Probably, yeah.
and Liam went on Logan Paul's podcast, and she's like, "I'm Team Bryce," well, like as a joke. Because if so, that's really funny.
yes, if
Very funny by her.
If I had to guess, yes, that would be the connection.
Yeah, I have no strong opinion on Liam Payne on Logan Paul's podcast.
Yeah, it's and
I find it to be interesting, and I could see, like the Jonas Brothers. If
they're
Joe,
brothers.
yeah, but if
Different dynamic.
Joe went out and was like, "This is what happened in the group," and it was like bad stuff about Nick,
Yeah.
you might be a little upset that Joe was doing that.
No, of course, and that's all. Like I said, that would also
I'm just
be.
thinking. I'm trying to
it
think
would
about.
also
I'm
be-
trying to rationalize the
It
people
would
being
be.
upset.
It would be pretty fucked up to do that to your brother.
Yeah, true. It's
Like
your brother.
it's like actually your brother.
You
Yeah.
are family.
Like Liam, I don't think has seen Zayn maybe one time in the last.
Do you not?
And I guess
years.
it's not a very nice thing to do.
Do you
I
not
guess.
think that he's like he clearly very jealous of Harry's success? And like he's trying to be like,
Yeah.
well, when I put out my song, it broke all the records and like got more
Yeah.
downloads than anyone else in the band.
The more we're talking about this, I guess the more I'm seeing why people are hating
he's
on
like-
Liam Payne so much. I didn't watch
that
the whole
was
thing.
Ready
I've
to
only
beat
seen
up
clips.
people.
That was actually. That one was laughable because it's like, all right, if you want to go back to 2017 when you released like your one song that did well, go
With
ahead.
Quavo.
Like, get
Yeah.
you if you want that one, Liam. Sure. If you feel the need to bring that up, I get it because like everybody does shit on him for how his solo
Yeah.
career hasn't gone anywhere.
And
so
it is funny how when you talk through things, how your like opinion on things can change. Because
Yeah.
now the more we're talking through it, I'm like, it maybe really isn't that nice of a thing to bring up Zayn's upbringing and his family, comparing to your family and being like, well, you know, my family was like so supportive to an annoying point, and like Zayn just like didn't have, like, you can't
he literally said,
you can't bring up somebody else's family.
He said, if I had to go through what he went through, his growth and whatever else, my parents are overly supportive to the point where it's annoying at times, and Zayn had a different upbringing in that sense.
Yeah.
So
that's not very
And
nice, I guess.
that was, but like also on that, I wouldn't have gone that far. He probably should have just left it at like, he said, there are many reasons why I dislike Zayn. There are also many reasons why I'll always like be on his side. And like Zayn definitely comes off poorly sometimes, I think. Like, it's not hard to say.
He may have gotten into an altercation with Yolanda Hadid.
He said, you can always look at that man for where he is and say, oh yeah, whatever, that guy's a dick. But at the end of the day, once you understand what he's been through to get to that point and whether or not if he actually even wanted to be there. He said Payne said he is so misunderstood himself that he can't sit here and dick on Zayn because of like whatever. Like it's basically, you know, they all really don't reveal like that much of themselves, where Liam's like, where do I get off?
It's like a school bully.
Yeah.
When they say that the bully usually has some problems going on at home or something going on in their own life that you can kind of feel bad for, and then that's why they act why they do.
Right.
It's not right for them to act the way they do, but you're like, okay, that makes sense.
And there is always been a conversation of like, Zayn really never wanted to be there in the first place. You know, the whole whirlwind of X Factor and everything that happened.
Make him audition? Or
yeah, like
that?
it was just they were all so young and it all happened so fast, and it was just like there's always been a conversation of like, that's not like, he really did not like it from the beginning. Never really wanted that.
Have you seen that old clip that's going around of like Zayn and Liam like wrestling like during a concert, like on the stage, and people thought it was a joke at the time, but now they're like, oh, this clearly was just them like fighting during a show.
Liam did talk about it. When there was a fight after a show one time. He got pushed up against a wall.
He's like, I'll break your hands or whatever.
You'll never be able to use your hands again or whatever, or something that he said.
He seems like he's trying to come off as like a very
tough guy. Yeah.
Because then he said, oh yeah, like Quavo and these other rappers took my table, and I like.
So of course Liam did have to put out a statement after this because the fans were very upset. So he did tweet out saying, he said, guys, I wouldn't normally comment on this stuff, but when it's your family, it's hard to let it slide. They mentioned a specific incident involving Zayn, which I responded to, but listening back, maybe I didn't articulate myself as well as I could have. I was saying that there will always be things we disagree on, but that I will always be on his side. That's family. Zayn is my brother, and I will stand by him forever. And yeah, that's was the statement he put out after this. So yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like he could have left it at like, yeah, there's reasons why I dislike Zayn, and there's reasons why I'll always have his back, and then you just don't elaborate and really don't get into any more detail on it, because when you're on a like Logan, they're fishing for some Zayn.
Of course,
dirt.
They don't care about what's going on. They just want to know the juice.
No, but also like specifically Zayn.
Yeah,
like specifically.
Because
Zayn.
of the past.
Yes, because of like what has gone down with them. So yeah, you know.
Did he talk about Harry at all, or not really? I didn't see any clips of that.
No.
Are him and Harry like on good terms?
I don't know. I don't really know, like, I think Liam did allude recently to talking to Harry, not that long ago, but like, I want to say years ago, like a couple years ago at least, or a year ago.
Do you think Harry and Niall are texting each other like, damn, like these other guys in our group are crazy?
It's kind of crazy that I don't really know how much any of them talk at all.
I thought I saw paparazzi pictures like weeks ago of Harry and was it Niall like walking together?
I think those two, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so of course, like, you know, this was somebody had tweeted out, if Liam Payne talking shit about Zayn on a fucking Logan Paul podcast isn't an indicator to how irrelevant his career is, then I don't know what is. That's just like the One Direction fans specifically, because now they have all kind of gone in their specific favorite guy's direction. Mm-hmm.
all
love
of them
to
fighting against each other.
Yeah,
scares
exactly.
me.
Like they just all
Something I don't want to be involved in.
They all love to go against each other. Like this was where like the Zayn stands, the Harry stands, they all can band together against Liam. It's pretty.
It's a war out there.
Pretty nuts, I would say. Yeah. It definitely is. So I don't know if he maybe regrets saying some of these things or if not, but eventually someone is going to talk about being in the band. That is bound to happen. You can't have 5 guys who are all now in different places in their careers and whatnot. Like you're always going to have one guy be like, I'm going to write the book. One of them is going to do
Whether it was now or 10 years from now.
The first tell-all is going to be sell so much.
Exactly.
Documentary.
Exactly. Like one of them is going to do
Zayn's
it.
been writing that.
Yeah,
It's just-
maybe he has been.
And this is just seems
His
to
Instagram followers are going to fly after that.
we're finally opening up the Pandora's box that is what really happened within One Direction. There are tons of dating apps out there and they're all kind of the same, right? Swipe right, swipe left, and you don't really get to mix it up at all. Well, now Spark has come out with a new dating app that instead of swiping one by one, you see a bunch of profiles at the same time and pick who stands out like in real life. So it recreates that feeling of walking into a party and seeing who catches your eye. Spark shows the people closest to you, so you could open the bar at an app and the people you see on the grid are probably at the bar too, and you'll know who's single. It's that easy. You could sit down, pull it up, look to see if any familiar faces pop up. You don't have to spend your time talking to someone who maybe isn't single. So you can spend less time on apps and more time on dates. The likes expire after 24 hours, so you won't wait around for weeks wondering if someone is going to message you. Spark shows active profiles only. You won't see inactive profiles of people who forgot they were on dating apps in your grid. So if you're tired of swiping and want to meet cool people in your area, go to the App Store and download Spark or click the link in the description. That's go to the App Store and download Spark or click the link in the description.
All right, we are back with our Q&A segment. This week is an AMA, so you commented on the Instagram. You can ask us anything. So we're going to go through the comments and just pick questions, anything about our lives, just general questions, whatever it is. We're going to mix it up. So let's start off with, if you could be on any reality competition show, which one would it be?
I mean, yours is the challenge.
I have always said the challenge.
It's always been the
challenge. It's the perfect mixture.
The challenge or bust for you.
Challenge, competitiveness, and fun.
Yep.
And drama.
I think mine would be, I don't know. Like, I think I would just end up being on like a more competition based. I don't know. I don't really, I'm just not a, I like to watch them. I don't know what reality show I would like to be on.
Maybe like something with like I don't know, like
right?
Project Runway or
yeah, but
something,
yeah, to be like a judge on something cool like that.
Yeah.
I'm not qualified, but
or like
be a judge on Beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah. You don't cook though.
No, but Bobby Flay brings his friends on all the time in that first portion of the show. They're not cooks.
No.
Like Tina Fey does it sometimes.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
you know how to eat good food.
I sure do, and I know how to judge it.
So, yeah. Maybe
something like that.
A judge on
something
on
where
Beat Bobby Flay.
something where I can judge people.
What One Direction member do you think allegedly
Oh my
threw Liam
goodness
up
gracious.
against the wall?
Harry.
I mean, it has to be Zayn.
It has
like,
to be
there's
Zayn.
No, like, I would go with Zayn or Louis, but my guess would be Zayn.
What is the biggest purchase we have ever made?
Ooh.
Not including like apartments, obviously.
Well, that's not a purchase. You're renting.
I know it's a lot of money out of
No, it is a lot of course, it's a lot of money, but I'm saying like a purchase
because
is
I-
something.
Yeah.
A purchase is something you own.
Right, like I wouldn't say my car because I don't own that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about a vacation?
I don't think
Does
that's
that
a purchase
count?
either.
That's
It's
a
not a
purchase.
Is it?
I think that's.
Because I think I've spent more on vacations than an actual item.
Oh, definitely. I've definitely spent more on vacation than an item.
But so much
If we're
goes
just
into
gonna
vacation.
go, if we're just gonna go item, it's a bag.
Yeah, my Prada bag would
My
be.
my Celine bag is that's
This watch for me.
yeah. That would be the number one.
What type of notes are in your notes app?
Oh,
I kind of
God.
love this question. I'm going to
Oh,
go through my
God.
notes a little bit.
I have stuff in my notes that like shouldn't be in my notes, like important things.
High School Musical 2 was the highest grossing High School Musical film with $17.2 million was one of my latest notes. I've
got random sometimes like when I write down topics.
Yes, I have those in there too. I'm skipping those because those aren't interesting.
I've got some recipes in here.
I have recipes. I have things that I want to make in the future. Mozzarella sticks, barbecue chicken sliders, chicken parm vodka on garlic bread, sesame chicken and rice, toasted raviolis. A lot of these are
I have I don't know. What's funny is I might be finally giving these people a shout out that I should have given a shout out to on July 23rd, 2021. I have a note app from 3 a.m. on July 23rd. It says shout out Hannah at Mission Nightclub and Natasha Riley at Cabana. I don't think that's Cabana in Long Beach.
they finally got that shout out. Hopefully they're still listening.
I don't remember if I did it before, but that's in here.
I hope they didn't stop listening because you didn't give them their shout out.
I know.
I have a very funny note. I saw a very funny TikTok between two girls that are famous on TikTok, Cassidy and Zoe, I think their names are. And they're like best friends and they're very funny together. And they posted a TikTok of freestyling with like, and it was like pussy like a blah something something in it, and they would just change it. And one of the things one of the girls said was pussy pathological come lie in it, which is an amazing line. So then I sat there coming up with my own lines.
Yeah, that checks out. For you.
Pussy like a car, come and take a ride in it is something I wrote in my notes.
I have like a lot of reminders, like to-do lists. Here's some books that I wanted to buy. That's from a while ago though, so I don't know if that is relevant anymore.
I have all my Harry Potter ones.
A lot of podcasts.
Yeah,
Most of them are like podcast topics for things to remember.
I'm scrolling back to the beginning of my notes because I feel like I have probably
like
more
I have a lot of
things in there.
I also have a lot of like bachelor thoughts.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of my original notes is Blunt Body.
You know what's funny that I really do? There are times when I do try and remember people. Here's one from October 20th, 2018, 1:30 a.m. Danielle and Casey.
Another shout out.
Maybe. I don't know.
We answered this at the beginning. Where did Friday Energy come from? Friday Energy on Monday, because we would record our Monday episodes on Fridays.
Yeah. I guess that is a good question. Like, where did that come from?
Is
That
there
is what it did.
something that we wanted to ask a guest that we weren't allowed to ask? The answer is yes.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
But I can't remember a specific scenario. There's been times where we've been offered guests and they're like, you can't talk about this topic. And then we're like, okay, then we don't.
Yeah.
Then we'll pass because our fans would be like, that's really fake of you to not bring up this topic.
Yeah. There was one recently with Adam Damos. That was kind of funny. That was just like, they were just like, hey, more like personal questions, stay away from. We're like, oh, but can we ask about, he dates his co-star? It's like, no, like that's fine. Like you could talk about the show. It was more like we all remember the one scene from season 1 of Sex Life that we were asked not to bring up.
Yes. And you all know
You all know what we're talking about. And then it's honestly, most of the time, it's people's personal life. Like, it's always like, hey, if you guys could maybe not bring up so-and-so or like dating or like that. That's normally what it is, I would say.
If your names weren't Ria and Fran, what would you want them to be?
That's a good question. And I honestly like am so obnoxious that I don't have a name. I love my name so much. And I don't even have one. Like, I don't have a story of, oh, I was almost named this.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my mom's best friends from college is named Francesca. And I think like that was pretty much a lock for what she wanted to name me from the beginning. Like, I don't think she had other options.
Yeah, I've never actually thought about that, which is weird because when you're a kid, like when I could tell you what I wanted to be named when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Mandy.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I have no idea why. When you were a kid, obviously when you played house, you were like, my name's this. I was always like, my name's Mandy. Why Mandy?
Yeah.
Or like something like Giselle.
Yeah.
Like I was really obnoxious.
Right. Or you'd want to pick like Angelina or like something
like Annabella.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like now I don't, there's not a name off the top of my head.
My sister was almost named Paloma.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that?
I think my grandma was like, that's ridiculous.
That would be really cool. But what would the nickname be?
I have no idea.
Polly?
Yeah. I don't like Polly though, I don't think.
Kind of cute though, like Polly Pocket.
Yeah.
If you were a scented candle, what would your scent be?
Christmas tree.
That's nice. Noah.
Thank you.
That's just my favorite candle.
Something fresh. I like the fresh linen one, or like the like lemon fresh scent.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't really like anything too floral. Maybe something a little musky, but not crazy. Woodsy.
Mine would be like an ocean breeze.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one.
Oh, I'm not answering this, but I know the answer to it. What names do you like for your future kids?
Oh.
I have 2 names, but I won't reveal them. I won't. I have a name for a girl and a name for a guy.
Yeah. I have nothing.
You have no names for your kids?
Nothing.
That shocks me.
Nope.
Do you have any names, Noah?
No, I mean, I have names that I like just as I like them as names, but I haven't thought about it in that context.
There'll be times when I hear about a new baby or something and I'm like, oh, that's a cool name. But I never think like, ooh, I'm saving that for maybe I'll name my kid
Really?
that. No.
You got to get on that.
I don't
5
have
years.
any. I don't have I've got nothing. Like not even, I don't feel one way. I said to my parents last week that I actually think it's, I was just joking that I was like, it's pretty sexist that my dad's line of name has continued, and it would be weird for me to name my kid Francesca.
People say that it's weird for mothers to name their kid after themselves, but not weird for dads to name their kid after them.
Saying.
It makes no sense to me. Why?
Yeah.
Why
my brother is the third. They all got the same name.
I
wouldn't want that as a like. I wouldn't want to have my dad's name and be the second.
Yeah,
I just feel like I want my own name.
I don't want my kid to have my name.
It's my grandpa, my dad, and my brother are all the same, like birth name, obviously, but they all go by different names.
And I'm gonna say something really perverted. But, maybe it's a name you're saying in bed, and then you're calling your kid that.
Wait, what?
When you're doing the dirty.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then
I get what you're saying. I think you can probably just separate those things.
No,
or
you
get the kid
obviously,
a nickname.
it's a very perverted thing for me to say.
Yeah.
And not everyone's mind goes there.
Yeah.
As it shouldn't, but it's something I've thought of.
Yeah.
Francesca
Jr.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Forget it. I'm not fucking saying anything else.
Fran the second.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Are you gonna want to be?
A lot of
are you gonna
questions
want the
about you,
gender
Fran.
to be a surprise, or you're gonna want to know?
A lot of questions about.
I want to know.
A lot of questions about me.
Yeah, a lot of
In
people
what way?
asking when you're getting engaged.
Oh.
There's like a lot of comments like that. Almost hard for me to ignore them.
I mean, I'll answer it. I don't care. I don't have any plans.
I didn't want to preface it like me asking. I just want to say, there are a lot of people asking.
You're not going to Becca Kufrin it?
I unfortunately, I've been having this discussion a lot actually because a ton of my friends right now are not even my friends. I only have one. Like our friends are getting engaged / married, and there's a lot of pressure that's put on you from like your friends and family that feels like a little much,
Mm-hmm.
And it just like it'll happen when we are ready and want it to happen. There's no rush.
I think it's because a lot of people have been thinking lately that you're secretly engaged or are engaged. It is something people think. And like I saw people being like, is Fran's boyfriend gonna like pop up in Italy? I'm pretty sure somebody DM'd me that, being like, Fran's like thinking I would know. Is Fran's boyfriend gonna pop up in Italy and surprise her with their engagement? And in my head I was like, no.
People are really thinking about these very dreamy, like not real life scenarios.
That is a real life scenario.
No.
That could happen.
What, Italy?
No.
Surprise you in Italy?
No.
Why couldn't that happen? Don't sell yourself short,
that
babe.
wouldn't happen. I guess maybe it's just because like we've been together. Like, I think when people hear a certain number, it's like, when's it happening? But everyone,
Stop asking
we're good.
her.
We're good, and I'm not secretly engaged.
She's not. Because also
Wink,
some
wink.
people have been like, she might be secretly engaged, and Fran's a private person. Maybe she's not sharing it.
Yeah,
if you
no,
don't
no,
think
no,
Fran's
no.
sharing her engagement, you haven't been
No,
paying close enough
no,
attention to
ma'am.
this podcast.
No, ma'am.
You haven't.
That
been.
is something I certainly would not be keeping a
no,
secret.
no way, no how.
No.
Fuck, marry, kill. Harry Styles, Miles Teller, and Jacob Elordi.
Ooh.
It's a really good one.
That's a really good one, but I think it's an easy answer.
What do you think
Shit.
the answer is?
This is mine.
Okay.
Fuck Harry Styles. It's honestly in the order that you just said it. Marry Miles Teller, because I just think like, he's a Philly fan. We'd have a great time.
Mm-hmm. Seems like a good husband. Good head on his shoulders.
Yeah. Like I feel like he likes
humble,
but I feel like he's
but also a star.
Right. I feel like he's famous enough where like he's in these amazing movies. He's got a great career, but he also can maybe get away with like walking down the street and not having it be a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's you can't marry Harry Styles and like have any semblance of a normal life, which means I gotta kill Jacob. But I don't like to do that. But I think
I agree.
I don't know if our vibes match up that well.
Yeah, he doesn't like fruit with meat.
He what?
I watched his Sean Evans wing thing, and Hot Ones, and I've watched all of Hot Ones. I don't know why. I forgot
Sean Evans wings thing.
Hot Ones is a very famous show.
Yeah.
I love like pineapple with like Hawaiian barbecue, like pineapple and meat, or
he doesn't like to mix those things.
He doesn't like to mix those two things, and he knows nothing about sports. He said, which I think is like, I'm not a big like sports guy, but also like my dad
with me.
is a huge sports guy.
Yeah,
and it's like, what are you going to talk to my dad about?
Culturally,
because all my dad likes to talk to with guys is sports.
Culturally, I think there'd be too many differences.
Mm-hmm. I also think he's probably a selfish lover.
You think? Well, if you compare it to Harry Styles, I mean,
that's
there's
what I'm
no
saying.
question.
Yeah.
Anybody's a selfish lover, I think, compared to Harry.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you think you know
I
what Harry
I
knows.
mean, listen to some of his lyrics.
The way his
I know.
lyrics and the way he talks, it seems
Yeah.
like he's like,
Yeah.
Watermelon sugar? You know what that's about?
I know, Ria.
Noah? Huh?
And you know what that's about?
Ria's like, do you guys know what watermelon sugar's about? Did you know that wasn't about watermelon?
Oh, shit.
That's funny.
Okay. What celebrity guest would you invite to your wedding and only one?
Ooh.
This is like the Billy Joel.
Yeah,
Elton
this
John
is
thing.
right. It's like if there's a performance attached to this
Right, like,
invitation.
is it just a guest? Because wedding guest, you want someone who's gonna have a great time, right?
just one person?
But like they could also steal
be a
all your
couple.
power.
But also I'm getting I'm getting married. Do I even
Like if
want?
you invited Harry Styles to your wedding and he comes, no one is looking at you or cares about
I
you.
only want them to come if they're gonna provide a performance.
Right. Or like officiate.
Yeah.
But still, even just like sitting at their table, everyone would be like, "Oh my god!" Like looking over at the table.
Want someone who really seems like they'd be the life of the party.
But do you want them to be the life of the
Do
party?
you want them to overshadow you?
No, but if it was all of us together,
I'll tell you, Bill Murray.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
He goes, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
I got the answer. The only answer.
Martha's Vineyard. He's already there for
Bill
you.
Murray is a great pick, actually.
Yeah.
I really like that one. And now I feel like that's like a good category to go for, like an older gentleman who will just like have a good time, maybe tell some jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's
would have a
he's
great
not
speech.
dancing, but he's sitting
Yeah.
at the table and people are
Yeah.
mingling with him. He's telling really good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like a
Strangest
Morgan Freeman.
I don't know.
might
I
be
don't
too
know.
boring.
Wasn't he
Yeah.
Me Too? Or do I have that wrong?
Morgan Freeman? How dare you?
No, I thought I.
Oh
I thought
no,
I saw that.
I don't know about that.
Wait, Morgan Freeman?
I thought I saw that. I don't know if Morgan Freeman would be like a fun person to hang. Like,
That is actually correct.
He was?
Yeah.
yeah.
2018.
Nobody's sacred anymore.
Bill Murray is. Oh, actually, he just got in trouble recently.
Bill Murray they didn't production on
Yeah,
a movie
they
get shut
stopped
down.
production or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, my gosh.
Moving on.
Nobody. Nobody.
Johnny
on.
Depp. Johnny
Yeah.
Depp.
Moving on. No
Um,
celebrities invited to our weddings.
Strangest interaction you've had with an interviewee. French Montana thinking I was insinuating him and Drake were gay.
Yeah.
That was definitely
Yeah.
The
up-
answer
up
will
there.
always be French Montana.
But I have one for Fran. I think. Remember
Kristen Cavallari.
Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah, 100%. When I revealed her reality show without it being announced yet.
Right. Live on radio. It wasn't a podcast.
You were like, well, yeah, you couldn't be like, oh, we'll cut it.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that was just straight up.
yeah.
That was.
I didn't even remember that. It's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yep.
Let's see.
Sorry, K-Cav.
Last 5 Google searches. I'll read mine because I just went to go look and they're all I could read them. The Elton John farewell tour tickets.
How do you see that?
history.
Go to history.
But I'm a big clear history guy.
Okay.
27 wild facts about High School Musical. These aren't Google search. This is history. So
Okay, I'm just going Google search instead of
okay. Wait, should we go Google? Oh wait, actually,
like it says it, Google search.
Okay, so the slap victorious. I'm at. It wasn't the Elton John.
CT scan versus MRI. You guys will get some insight during trivia about what that one is. Jada Pinkett Smith. How to clean the shower was one of mine because
You just.
No.
searched
I always clean my shower, but I never feel like I'm doing it well enough. Is my problem.
Yeah.
So I was like, I clean it and then I still feel like it's not quite clean enough. So I was looking for some extra tips. Joey King, The Princess. She's got a new movie coming out that I Googled. Jennifer Connelly. Googled that because I wanted to see how old she was when I was watching Top Gun Maverick at the movie theater.
You Google that during the movie or after?
After when we
Okay.
came out of the movie.
My-
And then my last one is filing for bankruptcy, which was
about Amber Heard.
About
or
Amber
not you.
About
not
Fran.
me.
Fran is filing for
Not
bankruptcy.
me. That was after the Amber Heard situation.
I have the slap victorious, Elton John tickets, how to cancel an order on Instacart. This is where this was an article, the 27 facts is what I read. What I Google searched was High School Musical filmed in a week?
Yeah.
Because I saw on TikTok that somebody said it was filmed in a week. That's not true.
There's no
It
way.
was filmed in like 24 days or something like that. Then I Googled a restaurant I went to last night, which was Chinese Tuxedo, which was unbelievable, really good. And then I Google searched Ryan Lee, who was the kid in Goosebumps,
Oh.
because Odeya Rush, who I went to acting class with when I was younger,
Yeah.
she just was filming that movie with Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to show my dad who her ex-boyfriend was.
Got it. Got it.
Oh, it's Andy Cohen's birthday. Look at this little collage John Mayer made.
Oh, that's so nice.
Happy birthday, Andy Cohen. All right, let's do one more question. Okay, we'll do two more because this
Andy
isn't
Cohen would be a
easy.
good wedding guest.
You would be. That
You would?
be
Yeah,
a
that
good
is.
one, I guess.
We'll do two because this is a very easy. What's something you wish you were good at naturally? Singing. Duh.
Mine's dancing.
That's
God,
a
I
good
really
one.
wish I had some natural rhythm.
Some rhythm. Yeah.
Big time.
And I wish I wasn't tone deaf.
Yep.
This is a funny question.
Okay.
If you
Is
were
this the last one?
Yes.
Okay.
If you were to make an OnlyFans, what would be your niche? We've always said we're not gonna, but if we had to make an OnlyFans, I would post my butt and Fran would post her boobs.
Yeah. Be a joint.
Joint.
Because we cover all categories.
Right. And
I think I have pretty nice feet as well. I might go the feet route.
I think you have nice feet too.
Yeah.
My feet are nothing to write home about.
No, but that would definitely. I think feet's a good way to ease into it.
Yeah. Start off with feet, and then who knows?
And then who knows what
Slowly
happens.
move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take it all the way to the top.
Yep.
After that, start at the bottom.
That's how you reveal your face at the end.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the real start from the bottom. OnlyFans come up story.
Started from the bottom.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Yep.
All right. That
Okay.
wraps it up.
Fun one. Thank you, Ria.
Thank you, Fran.
We have an awesome interview with Caroline Stanbury. We're talking everything Real Housewives of Dubai. But before we get into that, guys, this is my first this weekend coming up. I'm getting some beach time in. I'm excited for it. I'm really going to kick off the summer. I'm going to do that with Coors Light. We know it's a crazy time of year. Weddings, graduations, school's coming to an end for a lot of people. And you just got to take a moment for yourself. Busy bees. So this season, take a second to enjoy an ice cold Coors Light because you deserve a beer that's made to chill. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. So when I'm wrapping up my weekend, my Sunday, I'm headed to the beach. Got my cooler, got my Coors Light locked and loaded. Doesn't this sound nice? It does. Nice bottle.
Beautiful.
I actually probably cans on the beach. And you see those mountains, they're nice and blue, cold, crisp, sitting in your beach chair, enjoying the sun, drinking a nice, cold Coors Light. So when we need to take a second for ourselves, we reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. That's CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly. This is coming from Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Caroline Stanbury, who is starring in Bravo's new Real Housewives of Dubai. We always love a new Real Housewives series, and we are super excited about this Dubai one. So welcome to the show, Caroline.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
When we heard this announcement, we couldn't believe it. It felt like something that the Bravo world would love to see, but maybe could never actually come together. They haven't ventured too far out of the US market. Of course, we know you from Ladies of London, and we've gotten to know you from that. And so to now be able to do another show in Dubai, what is it like now getting to keep that relationship with Bravo?
I mean, it feels like a new one because I'm 7 years on. So, and if I'd gone back to London, then I'd feel differently. But I think this is such a change, even for me. Moving here, the backdrop, the whole thing is so different that it's like, it feels like a lifetime ago. It doesn't feel like a continuation. It's like this is a new show, new city, new town. So I'm very lucky. I actually got the chance to be on it.
Now, what made you move to Dubai, and when did you make that move?
My ex-husband made me move to Dubai, and for work, and about 7 years ago. And I'd never been to Dubai other than for holiday. And so I was like, oh, I don't know whether it's going to be for me. And I don't know anyone. But then I was like, well, if you don't take the chance, you never know. We're not trees, we can move. So I was like, we can always go back.
I love that. We're not trees, we can move.
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
So what was that first adjustment period like living in Dubai? How did you feel about it then compared to how you feel about it now?
I mean, Dubai changes so quickly. I mean, like even from the short amount of time I've been here, I remember I did a lot of crying before I got here going, oh my God, it's going to feel so foreign. And everyone was going, and I'm like, you can't swear. And I've got the worst potty mouth. And, but now I can't imagine living anywhere else. I really can't. I would never go back to the UK, really, I don't think. I think if I go, I'm going stateside, which has always been my end game. But then I started here, and it's been so wonderful to me and the children that I stayed. And now the show came here, so I'm here for a bit.
Now, you're familiar with reality TV, obviously Ladies of London, but what was so different? Because I'm sure the shows are not the same, the way they're shot are different. What was the biggest difference that you realized filming Real Housewives versus your last show?
Well, I mean, all of my last show, we were British. So we were brought up the whole way, we were all from the same background kind of thing. We all sort of knew, we have limits, we knew each other, I don't know what you say, it's like a culture thing, isn't it? We all were from the same sort of culture and background. This is such a mishmash, melting pot of people on the show and off the show that you really don't know what you're going to get, which is quite exciting for you, the viewer, and very scary for me in it.
Right. Definitely. It is certainly a melting pot of a cast, which is super exciting to see. There's people from all different walks of life in Dubai, which is interesting for our point of view, because I think everyone has a sort of stereotypical thought of what life is like for women there. And it feels like you guys are in charge. You guys are boss ladies, which is really, really cool to see. So what's it like kind of being these self-made women over there?
We are living. I mean, I wake up every day and I look outside. I mean, there's elephants being walked out in my backyard, and it's sunny, and I live like a queen, and I have a 20-year younger husband, and I live exactly like all you girls do over there, but maybe better because I'm in the sun.
Right.
That is true.
I know my office is the pool.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've never been to Dubai, but like Fran said, you just always hear so many different things about it, so many rules. Do you have to dress a certain way walking around Dubai, or is that like a common misconception?
I think a lot of people in America sort of mistake Saudi for Dubai.
Yeah.
Not in Saudi. I think it's 19% of Dubai is local only. Everyone's like really an expat. Everybody understands. Like, you've got to understand. You have Muslims, you have Jews, you have everybody living together, right? So it's a respect thing. Just as like they don't like. If you go to the mall, you just don't wear hot pants or a bikini to the mall. Which I mean, I'm fine with that. Like but when you go to the beach, you can walk around in whatever you want. I mean, the beaches are filled with people in bikinis and everything else, just as a normal beach anywhere else. It is literally a respect level for when you're in public areas where locals may be, right? So, and that's really fine because the malls are so cold anyway. Literally, you want to put a sweater on and a tracksuit bottom. So nothing else changes. It really doesn't. It's the rules are here to help you. They're it's not like if you got caught in a mall in a pair of shorts, you're going to prison for 10 years. That doesn't happen. Another myth. Somebody might come up and say, "Madam, would you mind putting some trousers on?" And then you go, "Okay, no problem," and that's it. But I mean, even then, it doesn't happen that often. They're like, "Next time, wear trousers."
Yeah, makes sense.
It would make sense that you don't show up to the mall wearing a bikini, even here.
I mean, everything else goes. Like I could go to the mall in this top, no problem, nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to be covered or shrouded. You know, I probably put a jean jacket over it, but I mean, you know, you can dress as you.
That's great. And you know, this cast looks amazing. Everybody's gonna love the premiere, I'm sure. What was your relationship like with your cast members? And who did you kind of go into the show knowing the most?
I knew Nina and Sarah the most. I think my relationship with Nina developed the most. We both thought the other one was okay, you know, before we knew each other. We'd done like hosted events, we'd been friends, you know, we'd seen each other out everywhere. We actually hosted a few events together, but I always thought she was a little bit boring. And it's funny because, you know, the show sort of forces you to spend more time, I think. And it was so nice because as it unfolded, we have actually become best friends. And, you know, not a day goes by where I don't speak to Nina. And Sarah and I are very similar fish. You know, she does a lot of public speaking. We've done a few panels together. So we've really bonded over that and sort of got to know each other more. And, you know, she's an amazing woman. I really love I've really got to know all of them. I mean, I think Brooks was the biggest surprise because I think she had a few, you know, she stumbled to get to know some of the girls, or the ones that didn't know her didn't love her because, you know, she is sort of larger than life. But we got on straight away, and I wasn't sure I would. And I actually love Brooke. She makes me laugh so much. Lisa, I struggled with a bit, and Ayan, we've just never really seen eye to eye. I mean, you know, they always say you never know, might end up best friends one day, but right now I doubt it.
Yeah. Now we obviously know for every franchise Real Housewives show, there's drama. It's not all, you know, best friends the entire season. Can you give us a little hint to what kind of drama unfolds for your guys' first season?
Well, I mean, I think you've seen it in the first episode, didn't you? Have you seen it? Yeah. Well,
Yes.
It just continues from there. The thing is, you know, I think Ayan and I have a very, very volatile relationship. It's I just don't think we speak the same language, but nothing more than that. It's just we just don't.
Yeah. That is completely fine.
It makes
Go ahead,
sense
Riz. I'm
because-
cutting you off.
No, you're good. It wouldn't make sense if you got all the women together and then you were all best friends. Like life just doesn't work that way. You're not going to become best friends with every person.
It doesn't. And I think that's important also, just to say it's okay. I'm okay with that. You can't force things. And I think sometimes when you don't get on with someone, they kind of want to force and go, why don't you like me? But why don't you like me? And then you're like, okay, now I really don't like you. So it's really, really difficult because, you know, as I said, it started the other way with, I thought I'd get on with her, and I really couldn't have given two hoots about doing anything with Nina. You know, I was like, oh God, here comes the boring one. And then, and now I'm like, I want to be with Nina.
Isn't that great now that you can call her the boring one, knowing where your friendship is and that you guys can have that kind of relationship where you can pick on each other?
Yes. Yes, and that is actually really good, because the thing about that is, like, without, you know, even with Nina, right? Even if you have a bad day or you say something you don't like, she you can reason with. I can have a decent conversation with Nina. I know I can get through to her and say, look, I snapped, I had a bad day. This has, you know, been tough for me. But, you know, some of the others, you just don't, they don't really listen to you that way, I suppose. So I think with Nina, she's a grown up, and we just get each other, and it's great. It's amazing. I love it.
That's great. And we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of your relationship this season. And like you mentioned, your husband is 20 years younger, and we're seeing this connection. Yeah. And I loved like watching you kind of discuss like this idea of getting married again, and that he is not this, you use the term toy boy, which I thought was very funny. How has it been for you guys to be filming a show together? And was he always on board with doing a reality show?
Well, as I said, he's here now.
Yeah.
He is on board. He's always been on board. You know, that's the great thing, because he's so much younger. He's actually, you know, open to it. West, I think my ex was like, holy shit, I don't want to do this. Which is what a lot of husbands, because of the fear of the unknown and moving into these kind of things, just don't want to play ball. And when they don't play ball, it's really hard for you to do it because, you do take it home and you do sort of, it's hard to switch off. But he's really got into it with me. And the thing is, we've just had so much fun because we do everything. I mean, what could I do? It's part of my life. It's like we work together. So it wasn't like I could say, you can't be in it or don't do it, because he's in my office, he's in my life. We actually do absolutely everything together, which I think people find bizarre, but we do.
What is a schedule like for you when it comes to filming versus your just day-to-day life?
Well, I mean, the schedule sort of starts when your day-to-day life starts. So what happens is really, when they're coming, they ask you for all the main events, all the things that you might have going on in your life. So, that you can't change, obviously. So I was getting married, I was moving house, all these things they want to follow. And then, so you build a plan around that, because obviously, and especially in Dubai, everything is done on permits. You can't just say, okay, ring them up in the morning and say, meet me down here in 10 minutes. It doesn't work like that, because, also the crew is so big. So it's really based on your day-to-day normal life, which is your office, your home, your this, and you schedule it like that, unless there's major happening for you. But it's a learning curve for everyone. So it's like a job on top of your job. But it's your life. How
did your kids react to jumping back into reality TV?
Actually, I asked all of them, because obviously you have to do a release form when you have children. And I was never going to push them to do it. Obviously I signed up, that's my choice. But I was like, how do you feel if I redo it again? And, one son was, my daughter was ready. She was like, I want to do it, mommy. Because, she'd done it. She's 16 now, so it's fun for her.
Yeah.
I have twin boys. My 12-year-old son, one of them, he's slightly bigger. He goes, oh, I want to do it. And then my other son, he was like, I'm not sure. And I said, well, why don't you sign it? I sign it, and then you can just do the days that you feel like doing it. And if you don't want to do it, just wander off. And he was like, yeah, because he goes, maybe I will want to do it. So I said, okay. So, they were really, I never asked them to do something that they don't want to do, ever. It's not necessary anyway. And I've got 3 of them. So one of them will play ball at some point.
Definitely. The odds are in your favor there. Did you feel any negative reaction from the women when it came to your relationship? Because like you said, this is a big part of the beginning of the show, is like the prep for wedding prep and all of those things. So I feel like when that happens, when there is a housewife getting married, the other women love to chime in and give their 2 cents about what they think about the relationship.
Always. I got a lot. I mean, especially because he's young and hot. So I think straight away, they want to sort of, I think, what did Ayan call it? An Instagram husband or a marriage for contract, was it? That was it. I mean, amazing if you could get one of those. I don't even know what that would cost you. But if you could, girls, go out and get it, because it works. No, we've been together 3 years. This is not a marriage of convenience or contract, and we do have sex. But I hear it, but I've actually nothing the girls could say is nothing that I haven't already heard. Can you imagine when my ex-husband found out I was dating what he called a child, or my parents, or anyone else? So good luck, girls, at dishing him more, because I've heard it all before.
Yeah, I feel like you can handle it all at this point. And if you guys, which it seems like you obviously do, you really love each other. Like you said, you have a great relationship. Who cares what anyone really says about it?
We really, 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 I think, have been through so much to get here. And imagine, forget even me, everyone talks about what I went through. Can you imagine him going home to his mother and telling her, Mom, I've met a 43-year-old woman divorced with 3 kids, and I want to marry her. And I'm moving to the Middle East.
Can you give us a little insight to how she reacted to that?
She cried 4 times, not from happiness.
Yeah.
So no, the girls can't really rock my boat.
Yeah, you obviously care about his mom more than the girls' opinion.
Yeah.
Now, did I feel like, and this is, I am not comparing the two shows at all, so I want to preface it like that. But we just did something recently for Jersey Shore, and we talked about like the reaction of people in New Jersey reacting to the Jersey Shore coming out. Was there a strong reaction to the people living in Dubai about a Real Housewives series?
Yes, there was. I mean, yeah, different reaction to Jersey
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, I want to make sure you know I am not comparing the two shows.
But actually, funnily enough, I think they think we are Jersey Shore, so that's probably why. Yes, because I think it's very hard to understand with the title, Real Housewives of. And obviously, we're not a docuseries on Real Housewives of the Emiratis. You know, and I think that they need to see it. But it's coming out here. It'll be fine. I think they just haven't understood that this is a massive franchise. It's been going for years. And they think that, you know, to them, you know, we are not indicative of Dubai housewives, which is the absolute truth, or the Middle Eastern housewife. We are not, but we're not trying to be.
But also, like, neither is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, or like, you know, like they're also not indicative
You're
of
American.
Yeah,
You're Americans, and your show is American. They've never had a reality show out of the Middle East. So when I mean, frankly, we're trailblazers, and you don't get anywhere in life being second or third. We're going to be first. We're going to take the heat. We've taken a lot of heat, and hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks, they'll be eating their words. And mark my words, we will be everywhere, and somehow they're all going to want us. Right now, we are down there. We will rise.
Yeah, and they're all going to tune in. They're all going to watch.
Ratings are through the roof.
Yeah, and I
through the roof.
I get what you're saying though with the title Real Housewives. Like they're thinking in their head, this means real, because they're not used to the shows like we are.
I mean, they are thinking that we are taking the piss, basically, that we're going over to America and going, this is how an Emirati housewife lives. And they're like, absolutely isn't. But by the way, you wouldn't want to film that either. You know what I mean? It's like that we're just very different. This is what it's meant to show, is how people can move to the Middle East and have this amazing sort of life experience, which it is. I mean, you know, just as they have welcomed us, and look how successful we have become as women in this town. And I think we are going to be celebrated, because once they see what it does for tourism and what it does for, you know, people going, oh, well, I could go there. Or, you know, like I get it all the time just from my Instagram going, you know, oh my God, you make Dubai look incredible, and I'm going to stay in your hotel, and I want to go where you got married. It looks so amazing. So I think that they are going to be over the moon when they see what this really is.
I think that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's not meant to be that serious. I think the problem came, you know, I mean, well, you know what it's like when with housewives, the whole point, or the way to get, when it's new, they sort of shove all the worst bits into a trailer. And that maybe we should have taken baby steps. But anyway, it's out and everyone's talking.
Yes, definitely. And I do think it was a bold but smart move to keep that Housewives name with it, because it is so universally recognized, and it does create that buzz. Because sometimes I look back at like Ladies of London, and I think that could have just been Real Housewives of London, and I think it probably would have gotten more attention.
It would have. And I think, you know, funnily enough, that was, I think, partly to do with us. One of the girls told me that it was going to be Housewives. And then I think a few people kicked up a fuss, because, again, in England, we were one of the first. Yep. And they'd only had cheap reality shows, really cheap reality shows. And we're all from good families and good backgrounds. We're like, well, we can't do that. We're not going to be a housewife. And then we'd seen, you know, I think in those days, however many years ago it was, we'd only seen Teresa Giudice throw flip tables and things like that. And we were like, oh, we can't do that. So I think that's how that happened, really. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard. Maybe it's a rumor, but I would believe it.
Yeah, that would make sense. And I mean, your name has always been out there. I feel like you have been a staple of the British pop culture and everything that's going on over there. How has that changed in your life from, say, the tabloid stories early on to now, the reaction now?
I think actually the reaction to me coming back's been immense, huge, like really, really nice. I think people, because I think Lisa Vanderpump was so loved with her voice. I think it's the accent. I really believe you guys just love the accent.
It is, honestly, it is the accent. And
we do.
We love Love Island. And so listening to you, I understand everything you're saying because of watching the show. You watch it with subtitles and you learn all the phrases.
I think if I did a drive-by shooting now and just smiled, everyone would still go, "Oh, there she goes." It's so, people just think I can say anything in this accent and get away with it, I think. And the Americans just, it's the plummy English accent that I think I get away with. People just love it. And I think, I don't think there's anyone on Bravo with it anymore. And maybe that's why that people are fond of me, I think, because they loved Lisa's accent. Now they've got mine. I don't know, or my lines, maybe my one-liners. I haven't really thought about it. But for tabloids, I've lived here quite. I mean, other than doing a few magazines and things like that, I'm not really in the tabloids anymore. I do things like Hello and at-home shoots and I have furniture line and things like this. I've done, the front cover of Harper's Bazaar and more, editorial, which I probably won't be in anymore. No, I'm just joking. But than tabloids here. And we they don't have tabloids really here in the Middle East. There's no paparazzi. That's the best thing. So when you see all those celebrities and they say, there they were, captured on the beach, caught off guard. No, they weren't.
So there really is no paparazzi there?
No, it's illegal to take a picture of another person without their permission. So there's no paparazzi. You'd have to call them.
Very interesting. That's good to know.
That's why I think that there have been recent celebrities who have gone over there for, I know you have a friendship with Lindsay Lohan. I feel like that is a great thing for Lindsay, for her, right? You go, it's like,
I spoke to her today, actually. Exactly why she moved. She said, I can just be a normal person. You really can. People are very respectful, and that is nice. There is no lens through the bushes looking at you. There's no, so it's good. Yeah, she loves it here.
You think we could potentially see her as a friend of the program at some point?
Oh, somebody else just asked me this. I haven't asked her, actually. She asked me to go for lunch. I'll ask her. I don't know. I doubt if she does it, she'd want to be a friend of. I mean, do you want to be a friend? You'd rather be a main cast, I would have thought. But I know she's about to go and do a movie, so I'm not sure this is top priority right now. But maybe it will be fun. Maybe she'll come
got to ease her into it.
Yes, I know everybody wants her.
Yes, exactly. That's why everybody loves to see what she's doing. Now we get this great intro of you for this new show. There's all these rumors that we're seeing a softer Caroline. Is that how you feel watching?
Am I softer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess we didn't get to interview you back then. So for now, I think it's great.
I do think I'm a bit softer. I'm better with, I have more time on my hands at home. Well, not time on my hands, but I work from home, so it helps. So I'm with the kids more. I think, my new husband makes me sort of take time out, which I never did before. Like we're off to Bali for a month. If he sends me one more picture of a rose petal bath and says that that's what we're going in, I'm going to have a heart attack. So maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. What's the, we hear this luxury brand ambassador kind of title. What does that really mean to you?
Oh, it's bloody great.
Sounds like the best job ever, if you ask me.
Kind of is. I'm not going to lie, girls. Yes, I don't know how it happened, really. I think it was just moving here. There wasn't really anyone else except me and Lindsay had been on TV and sort of moved to the Middle East and sort of had a profile. So I think, by that I mean face off, but I'm not a model. So I never know how you say it. So I work with some of the biggest luxury brands and I'm sort of like a face for them. and I represent them, and I get to travel all over the world. So I work for one of the largest hotel groups in the world. They've got, I think, over 1 million rooms, 7,000 hotels. So I go everywhere with my kids, and I'm the face of Jacob and Co over here, and a luxury ambassador for them, and like jewelry. It's just so much fun. I work for a billion-dollar asset company, and what do? I don't know. It's like being a spokesperson. How about that?
Yeah.
A spokesperson for the company, and I travel and I do everything for them, and then I have my shoe line, I have my podcast, I've got a book coming, so many things. So it's just been amazing, and I'm very, very, very blessed. And then my husband and I work together, so it's great.
Yeah.
That sounds like an amazing deal to have. You are just the face of these luxury brands, and you get to travel, but you're also working very hard. It's like the best of both worlds.
I ended up being an accidental, it's like travel influencer, not on purpose. I'm 46 years old. It's hilarious how I fell into this, and I'm always laughing how I can be the face of all these companies, clearly, but I think it only because I live here. I mean, if I was in the States, I don't think I'd have these massive jobs, and that's the great thing about here, right? Because it'd be somebody much younger and prettier that would have it, or more famous. But here, I am quite lucky, and I've signed them, and they're all mine, and I had them way before the show. So it's been amazing. And you'll see on the show, I get married at one of the hotels that I'm with, and I'm in this beautiful house. I mean, part of my contract was to live in a $15,000 a night villa for 45 days. That was before the show. When the show came, I actually had to cut it down out of my contract, because to have the cameras in my villa in a hotel wasn't convenient for them. But I had to live there otherwise. 45 days of my own butler. Amazing job. It's so much fun. That
is amazing. And only more deals to come after the show.
You think?
Oh yeah.
I'm
here. You mentioned your podcast, and even the way you said podcast sounds way cooler than the way we say podcast. To the Divorce Not Dead podcast. I love the name. What do you love the most about doing that show?
Well, I mean, that show has become, when I started, I'd never done anything like this. And someone interviewed me. Actually, it was Dear Media interviewed me. And on their podcast, they were like, "You really should do this." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well then sign me." And they're like, "Well, do you how many listens do you have?" And I'm like, "Well, none." And how much experience have you had? Well, none. And they're like, "Well, come back when you've got, I think you have to have 14,000 an episode or something." And I was like, "Oh, how do I do that?" So I just sat at home and opened my computer in the Middle East, and off I went. And suddenly now I think we're at 2.5 million. It was just crazy. I became top 20 for relationships on Spotify at some point. And it went just nuts. It went absolutely nuts. I don't know. I think it was a topic that women need to hear. Because I think there's this sort of feeling when you're in your 40s and you get divorced that, oh my God, life is over. Have a pity party. You may as well jump off the balcony, because nothing good's going to happen from now on in. And, I wanted to sort of blow the lid off that and say, first of all, you girls look quite young. And if you're not married yet, I say, don't do it for quite a while, and don't worry about it. And I think also life has changed. Like, marriage shouldn't be for the rest of your life. It should be till you're not happy. And if you do it right, and you do it you make a prenup, and you do everything, and you know what you're going to get at the end and how it's going to work, then it's just simple. Life is really simple. And that's what I did with Sergio, because he had his soccer money and I had my stuff. And I was like, my stuff's got to go to my kids. And so we just, we talked about all that, put it on paper. And then we were like, okay, great. Now we can get married. And then, I was always like, friends were like, well, what if he leaves you? Or what happens? And next, nobody died.
Yeah.
And
I love that advice.
Yes. And I think all young girls, I'm going to teach my daughter that. Don't look forever. Look for what makes you happy today, and just, enjoy, because saying you've got to find your forever fucking human is ridiculous. I've been 25 different women in this space at this time. You'd have to have a man with a hat for every day of the week. You just have to relax, girls. Nothing's going to happen if you get divorced. Nothing, you might get lucky. Come and say hi. He's all naked.
I just got a shower. Hi. How are
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
Nice to
Oh,
meet
what,
you.
what a treat.
you?
Yeah. I mean,
Hello,
I'm
Sergio.
I'm
How are
miserable
you?
over here. Miserable.
The listeners are going to be very excited.
Life's shit.
Yeah, this is.
Looks
been really-
like you're doing pretty shitty over there.
Yeah, it's been a real tough year for Caroline. I have for sure.
Divorce not dead, girls. Divorce not dead.
Yeah.
I love that
Well,
so
I love
much.
that advice. And I think,
Yeah.
obviously we think podcasts are great and you can talk about anything. And I think that there's something out there for everybody to listen to learn from, and to talk about. So I love it.
100%.
Yes, I think that's a perfect spot for us to wrap up and end, and everyone can check out The Real Housewives of Dubai. The premiere is when you guys listen to this. The premiere has just come out, so make sure you're tuning in. You're tuning in on Wednesday nights here in the States, and here in the States sounds like I've never said.
You
that
all of a sudden
before.
picked up on it.
Yeah, all of a sudden I said here in the States. But Caroline, thank you so much. Sergio, nice to
Yes.
meet you, and
Bye.
hope you guys enjoy watching this season unfold.
Nice to
Thank
meet you both.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Enjoy your night.
Hi.
We will.
Yeah, she's like, we will.
All right, everyone, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Make sure you subscribe everywhere, buy our new merch. All the links are in the description. New episode of Chicks Out of the Office will be on YouTube on Sunday night, so make sure you tune into that. And just a reminder, Monday episodes will now be coming out at noon, so you guys know what time they're coming out.
Trivia is back on Monday.
And trivia is back on Monday. You can't yell at us anymore. You know when the episodes are coming out. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Monday at noon.